What is your strangest glitch in the Matrix moment that cannot be explained? When my son was about 4 years old one night, he started hounding me to ring Nana. I thought it odd to begin with as he had never asked to call her before, so I just put him off for an hour or so and he came back and insisted that I call her. Turns out she was sitting on her lounge experiencing a massive tachycardia event and couldn't breathe. I called an ambulance and met her at the hospital. Same week, she had a pacemaker and defib unit implanted to fix the problem. To this day, I cannot explain what drove him to get me to call, but I'm very glad he did. He doesn't even remember it. My dad got a new apartment, and I was very young, car seat. He told me he was taking me there and that it was somewhere new to me, and I said, "Oh yeah, the one with the red door." I then proceeded to give him basic directions to the apartment, and when we got there, he said his heart was pounding but was relieved to find the green door to his apartment. We get inside, shut the door, and it's red on the inside. I arrived 10 minutes early to school one day, so I put on my headphones and started to listen to 10 minutes track I loved. When it was over, I started walking to the entrance, but nobody was there. It was always full of people waiting for it to open. So I thought I miscalculated the time, and I was late. But when I checked my watch, only 2 minutes had passed since I arrived, and I sat there for the remaining 8 minutes thinking what the hell had happened. This happened to people I know, not to me directly. A woman who works with my mum was out doing her grocery shopping one night and ran into me at the supermarket. She told my mum about the encounter the next day and asked why I didn't recognize her as we saw each other once every few weeks when I'd go and help with any heavy lifting at their store. My mum confirmed that it couldn't have been me as I was at home. The woman also mentioned feeling oddly nauseous during the interaction. I was about 16 or 17 at the time. Another woman I know said she didn't know I walked through the park near her home after work. Dumbfounded by her observation, I listened as she explained that she'd seen me every so often after work, walking briskly through a large park, which I do know of but have only driven past, as if I was exercising. She said I walked close by her the previous evening and she was going to speed up to catch up with me and say hello. But as she started to, she began to feel ill, so she slowed down and then sat on a bench for a few minutes. By then, she'd lost sight of me. This happened about 3 years ago, and both occurrences were miles apart.